How are we doing, guys? And welcome back to All East TV. It's your Coventry versus Leeds match preview. Frank Lampard's Coventry. You have to give it by the proper name, the official name change of Frank Lampard's Coventry City, FLCC, as the whole of the English media refers to it as. Previously, it was Frank Lampard's Derby County, then Frank Lampard's Chelsea, then Frank Lampard's Everton. But give it its proper name for the club, Frank Lampard's Coventry City. I'm joined by Tash and Hannah. How are you guys? I'll go to you first, Tash. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Still pretty happy about winning 7-0.
Yeah.
That's an understatement. I still kind of ask myself, did it really happen? Did it happen? But it did happen. Yeah. We actually witnessed a 7-0 win.
It was quite funny on the Sunday because Jack looked a bit down and I was like, what's up with you? And he was like, just want to do it all again.
That's exactly what I do as well. I'm like,
it's one of those. Like, first thought is, this is never going to happen again. This isn't happening again in my lifetime, seeing Leeds win 7-0. But, Hannah, how are you? You okay?
I'm good. I normally hate Mondays, but yeah, it wasn't too bad today with Saturday. I still feel like a bit on a high. I still can't believe I witnessed Leeds winning 7-0. Like, it was a bit like, did that really happen? Like, I still can't believe it. I thought I had one up on my dad, but then when I come home and realised he was at the game that we won 7-0 back in like the 70s, so I was like, well, I don't have one up on you, do I? I thought I did though, 1 minute. Like to win 8-0 on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's it. We bottled the 8-0 as well, though. Ramazani missing that chance. It could only be Leeds that we bottled the chance to win 8-0. But anyway, that's the Leeds in me moaning about something. Got to moan about. There's got to be something I wasn't happy with. It can't be a 10 out of 10. There's got to be something in there. But guys, we're back to reality. It's Coventry away. It's going to be a much more difficult game. I would have thought. Who knows now? But I would have thought it's going to be much more difficult. And we know, Tash, this is going to be a tense one because Frank Lampard's involved. We know he'll want to win this game more than any other. I think he'd choose, if he had given him a choice between finishing in the playoffs and winning this game, I think he's taking time on that. He's taking time. I think he's thinking, Tash, it's going to be a very, very ferocious one this on Wednesday night, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, they're going in it with 4 wins on the bounce, so they're going to be feeling a bit confident. It's at home to them. It's going to be a feisty one.
It's worth mentioning as well, just to bring things down, because we won 7-0. We've got to bring things down at times as well. Our record at Coventry is shocking, especially at the new stadium. I've seen us play there 3 times and we've lost all 3 games. But I'm not going on Wednesday. So it's all good. That's all good. It's all good. It's it's going to be a difficult one, isn't it, Hannah? I mean, they are, to be fair to them, they are on a really good run at this moment in time for quite a long period of time as well. Last 6, 7, 8 weeks, they have really pushed towards them playoffs.
Yeah, and I think with being away as well and the whole Frank Lampard thing, I mean, didn't he say as well that it was like his best managerial accomplishment or something being Leeds in the playoffs or something? I'm sure he said something like that. So yeah, it's going to be all guns blazing on Wednesday, isn't it? It's going to be difficult, but I don't know.
I think though, like Coventry fans are going to be up for it. Like they're quite good fans, aren't they? Good fan base. Like they're really loud. So I think that will then make Leeds fans quite loud and I think then we'll be up for it more. Like the players will be up for it more. Yeah.
The media though, it's just amazes me with Frank Lampard. He goes into a job, he has a couple of good results, and he's like the bees and A's. Yeah. It's just like, so do you know what I mean? It's every job he gets, he starts it off. I mean, obviously being a Leeds fan, I'm not overly keen. But like, yeah, he gets a job, he gets a good couple of results, and it's just like he's the best thing since sliced bread.
So, and then it's funny because when you have got a decent manager and they lose like a 1 game, they're like, oh, is it this or the other? And they don't do it to him. He's like absolute shite.
It turns into it's not Frank's team. And they'll actually say, not Lampard, they'll say it's not Frank's team. And you're thinking, oh my, pass me the sick. I was about to swear then. I was about to do our monetization in then, but pass me the effing sick bucket. That is, it is cringe. I think with any English manager who's been a good player, it is unbelievably cringe the way the media are with them.
Definitely. Have we even got anyone that was under Bielsa. Obviously Bamford, but he doesn't play. I can't think.
I mean, it's a good question actually. Bamford, I think it might just be down to Bamford. Obviously, Ayling moved on. Coops has moved on. I actually haven't really ever given that a thought, really. I think so. I think it's only Bamford now. Your favourite player, Tash, of course.
Imagine if he comes on just to stick it on.
God, the irony if he comes on and gets the winner, though. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I think I'd just be shocked.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't even think Bamford is anywhere near the team at this moment in time. I think Perot and Joseph scoring as well on Saturday is kind of like probably. I mean, obviously Bamford's injured at this moment in time as well, but yeah, I mean, let's go on to that actually. Positive, Tash. I mean, of course, we are actually filming this on transfer deadline day, a couple of hours before the deadline. Of course, we're going to sign Salah in this time. We're going to sign Rodri. We're going to sign William Saliba. We're going to sign all these players in the meantime. But with the squad as it is now, Tash, assuming we don't make those kind of signings and we don't actually do anything either way, it's great to see Perot and Joseph score at a really important time in the season.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully that gets their confidence back up. And it wasn't just about Perot scoring, it was his whole performance that day was absolutely fantastic. So we know we've got it in him. Don't know if he had a bit of a criticism about him not running because he started running everywhere. And he just, was involved a lot more, and what a difference it made. Just, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Don't want to get carried away because then, I'll probably be like we said before we went live, probably lose 1-0 at Coventry now. But I was just saying as well, like, how can you then go to the board and be like, look, we need to get a striker on loan or whatever when you've just won 7-0. It's a bit of a hard ask, isn't it? So, but I would like to send another striker come in probably, but it is what it is, and we have got a lot of squad depth anyway, so fairly confident that we can see this season out with it.
It's as Tash says, Hannah. I mean, Perot's got to follow us up now. I mean, we've had some games this season where Perot's had the odds, really good performance, and then followed it up with 5 or 6 non-existent ones. Perot's got to follow us up, hasn't he?
Oh, 100%. I feel like when we're playing with Perot, sometimes we can play with a man less. I feel like I don't know, sometimes I feel like he doesn't offer a lot. Like, I don't think he gets into tackles and stuff. And I don't think his first touch is just absolutely abysmal. But I couldn't, to be fair, at the game the other day, I kept turning around and saying, God, Perot's having a good game, isn't he? Like, he's probably getting involved and getting into it, and, like, not scared to put a foot in, which is not something I've seen with him anyway. I always feel like he sort of fannies out of things a little bit. But no, you couldn't knock him really. You couldn't really knock any of them on Saturday, but just hopefully he takes it going forward, because I do think sometimes he does go a little bit missing.
Yeah, no question about it. I think in most games, probably the vast majority of games, he does have large spells where you don't actually. It is sometimes. I think it's like this with any team at this level. Sometimes you are playing with 10 men because your striker's so isolated. It's not just a Perot thing. I think it's just the level, isn't it? In terms of, sometimes the strikers do get isolated, and sometimes you do want a bit more from Perot to get himself back into the game. I think that's something that Joseph's quite good at doing. But in terms of the coolness in front of goal, hopefully Joseph can put a run together now and really put some pressure on Perot from the bench. That's a positive thing as well. And I would actually argue, I think Perot's best moments in the game on Saturday all came from a lot deeper. I think didn't actually come from, apart from the goal he scored for the 7th, they all came from further back. And I looked at it and thought, can Perot play behind Joseph? Can we try something different? Possibly. I mean, not after a 7-0, but more at some point in the season. Could we try something different, maybe? Or am I talking rubbish, Tash and Hannah? Am I talking rubbish there?
Maybe that penalty as well gave him a little bit of a boost to then get that goal after.
Hopefully it did.
I think I really was so happy for Joseph the other day, though. But I just think he tries so hard, bless him, because I think he's just so desperate to like get in there and score, and you can see that he does try. I was really happy for him, and you could see the reaction of the players as well. They all went mad for him, and like Ampadu was like proper cuddling him, and I was just like, they clearly all wanted that for him, just like we all did, you know. So yeah, I'm glad we're keeping him though. So whether I'm meant to go on about that, but I am glad he's
that will also boost his confidence a lot as well. That they didn't want to sell him and
believe in him quite clearly.
Yeah.
So
8 million apparently, 8 million plus add-ons, 10 million rejected from Betis. I mean, that's a big statement, really. I think there will be people in the comments, and there will be Leeds fans who think we should have took that money. But I look at it and think we couldn't leave ourselves that short. I think if Joseph does put a run together, I think his potential is far higher than that kind of bid. I think it's probably at least double that if he can get some kind of momentum. I'm happy we turned that down. But I mean, are you guys, I take it, happy as well we turned that down? I mean, considering it would have left us with Joel Perreault as the only striker who maybe isn't actually a striker.
And Bamford, don't forget about that.
Bamford, sorry, your favourite player, Tash. Of course you mentioned your favourite player there, Tash.
I'm going backwards now, aren't I?
You're a Bamford stan. At the end of the day, it's Tasha the Bamford stan.
If we'd got someone else in, maybe I would have liked to seen Joseph go on loan, but definitely not selling him.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do think a loan spell, might do him good just to get a bit of experience, more minutes. But Fart clearly wants to utilise him because he brings him on all the time. So yeah, I think if anything's going to boost your confidence when you sat top of the league and getting that that amount of money turned down to keep you, that should. So hopefully it does.
Yeah. And then Matteo Joseph was thinking, oh, it's only Spain. It's I'm only joking. He might have swapped Beeston for Betis. It's actually works, doesn't it? Beeston sounds like a album, that doesn't it? Beeston Betis. But you pick Beeston any day of the week, don't you? But yeah, listen, it's a massive confidence boost, hopefully for Joseph. But Hannah, I do agree. If next season, if we do go up, and Joseph, still looks raw, potentially a loan move to like a top-end championship team might be the move. I think it, at some point it could be. Hopefully, he starts to really perform in his own right for us. And ideally, I want to keep him around the place as long as possible. But if it's not happening for him here, loan him out and see what happens. Because he's still only 21. I mean, you've got to remember that as well. He's still only 21. He's still young. He's still, it's 18 months really properly in the senior team. Not really been playing much football. Let's see how it goes. But let's go a bit more on Coventry then, because I think one thing I do want to discuss with you guys is Byram and Gruev Byram especially has tended to play these tricky away games where we're playing a team that can maybe go toe-to-toe with us. We'll have a little bit more of the ball, have a little bit more quality going forwards. Byram's tended to play left back and Firpo's tended to be on the bench in those kind of games. And we saw against Burnley, Gruev came in for Rothwell. Do you see a similar thing happening again, Hannah? Do you think it'll be Byram and Gruev coming in? Or do you think Daniel Farke will say, we've won 7-0, let's go for it from the off. Let's go Rothwell and Firpo. The Maldini at left back, whatever you want to call him, because he was absolutely unreal on Saturday. I think it was actually Junior Firpo's best game in a Leeds shirt on Saturday. I genuinely, it was every single cross into the box was just on the money. Was it 3 assists? I think he got in the end.
3 assists, yeah, it was. Yeah.
That is madness. That is absolute madness. Where do you see it, Hannah? Do you think he will switch it, or do you think he'll be old and stick with Firpo?
What I think he'll do to what I want him to do is probably two different things. I honestly think if we go out on Wednesday and we put a performance in like we did on Saturday, that no one can touch us for me. We were just class. I think he'll start Byram though, but I think Byram's struggled. From what I've seen at games the past couple of games. Who did we play prior to Coventry? I thought he really struggled.
We played Burnley away. Burnley away.
And Norwich at home. Was it Norwich at home?
Wednesday.
Yeah, I think he really struggled at that game. I think he'll start Byram, but I would like him to keep Firpo because I just think if he can do what he did on Saturday, he was just unreal. Probably the best I've seen him, to be fair. He was on it, wasn't he, with them crosses in the box all the time. So I would personally keep it as it is, but I don't think he will. But he's a good option to change, though. That's what you've always got to think, that the squad depth on the bench. He's a good option to change because obviously Byram, he doesn't always do the full lot, does he? bless him. But
yeah, no, it's true. I mean, the way I see it both ways, really. If he starts Firpo, you can bring on Byram later on to shore it up a little bit more. And then the other way around, if we're struggling in the game, put Firpo on just to swing crosses into the box like he's the best left back in the world, Tash.
Yeah, the only thing is for me is that when it gets later on in the game, it seems to be like, when you just clock watching and you're like, come on, we need to score, and he doesn't bring anyone on until 70th minute or whatever. Then it's a bit like, I would love for him to start Firpo. I agree with Hannah as well with Byram, and he just goes backwards a lot. What I loved is that you had it balanced out really well with Firpo and Bogle, because they've both got similar styles at going forward. And then on top of that, then you got two great wingers. So it just works so well. So much going forward. I think just give him one. Just put it all on there. But yeah, when you go away, you got to be more defensive. But I don't know. I think maybe just go for it and then go defensive.
We've seen what can happen though when, to me, what happened on Saturday has been coming for a long time.
Yeah.
It's been, instead of just scoring and then sitting back, and then someone in that championship was going to get that against us this season. It's been coming. And I just think, just go for it on Wednesday, especially against Frank Lampard. Just like, because he hates Leeds. Do you know what I mean? So give him something to talk about after the game. But I feel like if you're gonna go gun ho with it, we've seen what we can do. So I don't understand why you would change it. But I agree on the Bogle and Firpo thing.
Yeah, and I just think defensively we've been a bit better now, haven't we? Defensively, and then you've even got Strout. Strout came.
Is it 4 on the bounce? It's 5 on the bounce, isn't it? In all comps.
Is it really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's brilliant.
It's what having Elan Meslier in goal does for you.
Yeah, we had that shaky patch with, I can't remember who it was. Was it Burnley at home?
It was Blackburn. Blackburn at home, Hull at home. We dropped points. 2 on the bounce.
Hull away, we dropped points.
Hull away. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just a tiny bit shaky, but now, defense is good anyway. So just go for it. I mean, it's saying that. It's if you're saying that if you've got Firpo in, it's not going to be as defensive. But yeah, I agree, because he goes forward a lot more. But we still didn't concede last game. So yeah, I just think go for it.
I agree with you guys. I actually think, though, in terms of what I want to happen and what I think will happen, I think match, actually. I think it'll be a very brave manager to start dropping players after we've won 7-0. I think any manager, when you've got that kind of momentum, especially when Firpo played the way he did, 3 assists and then going back onto the bench. I think, obviously, had it been a less dramatic scoreline, like, say, a 2-0 win or something, and Firpo just played better than Byram, or a bit better than Byram, I think maybe you'd have just seen Farke revert to type a little bit and go with Byram in the tough away game. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's the same with Grove as well. I think it'll be the exact same team. I think it's actually Millwall where it'll be rotated. I mean, I won't be surprised if it is Byram and Grove, don't get me wrong. But I think it'll be Millwall where they could probably get next brought in.
Yeah, that's true as well, because you've got that. Yeah, so you could say that, couldn't you? You'd be like, well, I'm saving you for that game. That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, maybe I might be miles off, and it might be loads of changes, but I don't think he will make loads of changes. I think he'll look at that formula, as you say, Tash. You've got Bogle, keeping the width on one side on his strong foot, Firpo doing the other, and you look at it and think, on that left-hand side, you've got a left footer and right footer. I think when you've got 2 right footers, like with Byron and Solomon, everything's coming inside too much. There's nothing going down the outside, and it's quite one-dimensional. And I just think with Firpo, listen, Byron, I think, is a better defender than Junior Firpo. I don't think that's a contentious thing to say. But in terms of all-round quality, I think Junior Firpo, it's very difficult to drop Firpo when he's done a performance like that. If he gets dropped after a performance like that, you're thinking, when is he going to keep his place in the team? You know what I mean? Do we need to give 4 assists or 5 assists? But I mean, let's go on to another topic of conversation. I mean, obviously, at the minute, we're 5 points clear, although Sunderland have just scored, but it's still 5 points clear. In fact, no, Middlesbrough have just scored. again, it's still 5 points clear. It doesn't really matter. I don't know why I keep doing it to myself.
Was it 2-1 to Borough?
It's 2-2 now
Oh,
in that game. But a look at it, the next 4 games is very key. Coventry away, Watford away, Sunderland at home, Sheffield United away. 3 pretty tricky away games, 1 tricky home game. It feels a bit make or break that to me, Tash. Would you agree?
We're going to win them all. It's fine.
And then Leeds and make and break. If just as soon as I said that, I thought make and break and Leeds. Oh,
I don't know
this isn't good.
I don't know if you used to feel the same, but it's like, do you know what? It was you actually, Oscar. You put something like, come on, 16 games left. And as soon as you said that, I felt sick and I felt really nervous. And I was like, oh my God, like it's like nearly, it'll fly by, won't it? And like, oh.
It's 3 months from today, or is it tomorrow? Plymouth away.
Yeah, from today, 3rd of May is our last.
Whisper it quietly. Is it the repeat of Bournemouth 1990? But I've had that in my head a few times. Not that I condone any violence or anything like that. I just mean in terms of the party. I might have got myself in a bit of bother there actually. But I was only joking. We'll get it sorted weeks before that. You know, it's Leeds. We won't do it the hard way. We'll get promoted in Easter. Easy, Hannah, isn't it?
I'm saying nothing because every time I say it, we know this. I go into every game saying we're going to draw 1-1, and it's an ongoing joke in my family because I just don't. I keep away from the positivity because then it's only a good thing that can come from me. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, I just shut up because we all know that every time I say we're going to win, we don't. So just leave it as that from me.
It's also a joke in the All These TV group chat as well. Anytime Hannah says something positive, we were like, no.
Yeah, so I've learned my lesson. I don't say it now.
You know, Leeds will win when Hannah says, "I've got a bad feeling about today." As soon as you see that message, it's like, yes.
I'm saying it every game, really. I'm just enjoying it because, you know, the journey is by far better than the destination.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just sitting and just enjoying it because, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people commenting like, oh, just calm down. It was only... who the fuck did it? Cardiff, yeah. It was only I can't remember. It's only Cardiff. I'm like, just enjoy it. Enjoy the moment, you know. Yeah.
Cardiff was 7 unbeaten, by the way.
So
You what, sorry?
Cardiff was 7 unbeaten going into the game. I'm not saying Cardiff are like a great team, but they weren't in a bad run of form. Yeah, they were moving themselves out of that relegation zone. I think they're still out of the relegation zone. You know, it's not like we played the worst team ever to have played in the Championship. I mean, that was Wayne Rooney's Plymouth, but you know, it's just had to get that in there. But you know, it's not like we played a terrible team. I mean, Callum Robinson, we kept quiet, scored over 10 goals this season for a team that's struggling. Yeah, they've got some decent players in that team. I'm not saying great players, but they've got some decent players. You know, I think we do need to enjoy it more. I include myself in this. Yeah, as Hannah said there, the journey's a lot better than the destination, but it doesn't feel like that right now. I just want that end of May, hopefully early May when we get it sorted, not end of May, because that means the playoffs again. I can't do Wembley again, but it is the journey, isn't it? And we do need to try and enjoy it a bit more. I mean, it's easier said than done when it's so every single game now is going to be tense and a bit of a promotion decider either way. But I think just in general, we just need to enjoy it a little bit more than what we are doing.
Yeah. It's so hard to do that though, isn't it?
Yeah,
when it's
I mean, I say that, and
when it's just 2 points difference and stuff. Oh, it's so
if it's 0-0 with 10 to go against Coventry, the heart rate will be going through.
I think it's being a Leeds fan as well, isn't it? Like, I feel like you when you're a Leeds fan, you get it. We know they don't do it the easy way. Leeds will do anything to do it the hard way, and you just think, I don't want that stress. I can't cope with it. So you just hope and pray that they do things the easy way this season, and it's all done on the last home game of the season.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Amazing.
I mean, that'd be bad enough if it goes to the last home game. You know, never mind the Plymouth away game. If it goes to that one, I mean, hopefully it'd be ideal. You know what I would want ideally actually is we get promoted like 6 or 7 games before.
So you can just enjoy it,
and then we win the title.
If we pretty much win every game now, we'll also beat the record 106 points.
So you think we're going to win 17 on the bounce?
16.
60s. Yeah, 60s. Sorry, yeah.
Tash,
I
I'm
have a
glad
feeling we
you're
won't.
saying this.
You what? Sorry.
I'm glad you're saying this and not me.
No, what we'll do is we'll win 15 on the bounce and then lose game 16 at Plymouth.
I know, but that is a worry though, because imagine if it goes down to it, Plymouth have to win to stay up. They go on a mad run now,
God,
and they have to win to stay up, and then we have to win. It just would be Leeds, that wouldn't it?
It's going to go down to the last game. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is Leeds. It's going to have to go down to the last game. It has to. It's like Bristol Rovers all over again. It's going to have to go.
And Brentford as well.
Brentford,
like to stay up. That one's so good.
It just has to, doesn't it? I hope not. I really, really hope not.
It does make it like it's like that roller coaster emotion, isn't it? It does make it more exciting, but yeah, God no. Only exciting if we do win, but yeah.
Just not Wembley. Anything but Wembley. Never
Yeah,
Wembley
can't
again.
do that again.
I can't do them prices again.
I know.
I want to go on holiday this year, Leeds. I want to have a summer holiday. I don't want to be spending it in London for a weekend. No offense to anyone who's from London, but it is very expensive, and I don't particularly want to go there at the end of May. Yeah, I guess, guys, we'll leave it there. Let's finish it off with a prediction. Coventry versus Leeds. I'll go to Hannah first.
1-1. I do. It's every game. Every single game I go 1-1. I did on Saturday. So I'm sticking with me 1-1, and I hope I'm wrong.
Dash.
Don't do this to me, Oscar. I don't know. Last time when I said 3-0 prediction, I got it right, and then you laughed at me. Oh God, I don't know. Yeah, because I feel positive, and then when it comes down to it, I'm like, I can't say it. I can't say that we're going to win in case I like jinx us.
I think I'd be more positive, right, if Frank Lampard wasn't their manager. That's what's making me feel a bit nervy, because I really want, obviously I want to win for Leeds, but I also want to win just to knock the smile off his face.
Yeah.
So if he wasn't their manager, I think I would feel a bit more confident. But I don't know. I've been a Leeds fan too long. I'm gonna then say, I don't know, because I can't even see us conceding at the minute. I just think it's just so good from that last game. It's hard to then be negative, isn't it? Oh God, yeah,
right.
Gosh.
I'm gonna say 2-2 then.
Oh, for fuck's sake, we just won 7-0 and no one's going for a win.
No, okay, right, we're gonna win 3-0.
No, I'm joking. It's, I might have to be the one who says we're gonna win the game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a horrible game. I'm going to say that much. Compared to that one, it always is. You know, when you've just won so well,
exactly.
The next game is always horrible.
Yeah, because you're so hyped up on that, and you're expecting it again, and then it's just like, yeah, it just then turns shit. I don't think we've ever gone. I don't know. Yeah, especially so close to. If this was at the start of the season, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna win again. But now it's coming to the end of this season.
I'm gonna go a 1-0. No, I'm not actually. No, 2-1.
2-1.
Leeds, by the way, 2-1 Leeds.
Yeah. I
love it though that the fact that we've just won 7-0 and the automatic thing is we're all going for a really tight game again.
It's all the years of trauma, I swear. That's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know how people do it. Like, Leeds fans that are just so positive and like, we're going to win everything. I'm like, can you please give me what you've got? Screw it, I'm going to say 3-0. I'm going to win 3-0.
To us?
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with 1-1.
Yeah.
That's good. I was worried Hannah was going to say we're going to win then.
Yeah, I'm going to do it for the benefit of all of us. I'm going to keep it as I always do.
I'll stick with 2. Are you going 3-0, Tash?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, to be fair, last time we went 3-0, we did win 3-0. Yeah, we'll go with that. 2. I'll go 2-1 Leeds. We're going to win this game. We're going to follow it up. We're going to break the record next game. 8-0. Let's go for it.
I really do hope we win on Wednesday. I agree with Oscar that I think it's going to be an awful game.
I think it's going to be end to end.
Yeah, it's going to be a horrible game. Just need to get out of the way.
There'll just be little fouls here and there. They'll go aggressive. They'll just try and wipe out people like Solomon and Ramazani and your Jan James people like that. And it's the same as when we played them last season. Both games, especially at the Rico, some of the tackles. I mean, listen, I'm not going to criticise it because I think it's a compliment more than anything because we're obviously a really good team if teams feel they have to do that against us. But I think we're going to see that a little bit more as the season goes on. Just don't pick up any injuries, Leeds. Don't pick up any, especially just after the transfer window shut. Again, another Leeds thing is all of a sudden we pick up loads of injuries, and then it's we shall see. But guys, we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the game. Check out our post-match reactions. Check out the Cardiff fan cam if you haven't done already, and Jack and Tash's post-match reaction from the first ever 7-0 post-match reaction on All Leeds TV. We haven't been going long enough, unfortunately, to cover the 1972 Southampton game.
YouTube hasn't been going on long enough for that.
It's it's one of them, guys. We'll leave it there. Big thanks for watching. Hit that like button as well. Hit that subscribe button, and we shall see you later when we hopefully beat Frank Lampard's Coventry City. We'll see you later, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.